species. So stick around. Yes, the wood stamper, the stamper's in there somewhere. So we got a little dilemma here. We have a piece of wood that Kendall thinks is white oak, and I think it's red oak, and he's probably most likely right. But it really does look like. Now what you did first, cheater. Well, I did this piece of wood. You cheated. He cheated. I didn't cheat. You cheated. There's no cheating allowed. You grabbed a different board and cut a piece out and like this is the piece. Well, I mean, it does kind of look like white oak. This wasn't the piece that you were talking about, though. He's silly. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Yep. He doesn't. Is that what I look like? Is that how I talk? There's a piece. There's a piece right here. Well, anyways, bear with us, folks. I'm just gonna grab. I'm gonna grab another little tripod. That way, I can switch back and forth between different tripods without having to lug. Without having to lug the other the longer, bigger tripod around everywhere. So, that being said, I just found it. I'm coming back. We're very, very not so busy here on a Friday afternoon. Let me show you what we're talking about. So, that piece of wood he was teasing me about does look like it could go either way. It could be, oh no, it's not gonna fit. Whatever. And then I drop it. Anyways, I'm gonna have to grab my tripod then, the big one. Anyways, this very large piece of oak. We know it's oak. Just the color on it looks so weird. Here, I'll show it to you. Bear with me. Man, tripods are big and clunky. Anyways, check this out. So that's the piece of white oak, or well, oak. But look, I don't know how well this shows up on camera. Now that I look at it in the light here, I'm pretty sure it's white oak. But we're gonna cut a piece of this off. I'm gonna cut a piece of this end off here. And then we're gonna bring it over, and then I'll even show you on camera what the end grain looks like and what to look for on the end grain as far as through the magnifying, through the jeweler's loop, and show you what to look for when trying to identify species of wood, different species of wood. So bear with me here. We're gonna cut off a fresh, clean end here. Over a little bit here. There we go. There's our sample piece that we're going to use to identify the wood species with. Normally you're supposed to clean up the end, but I'm not exactly sure how to go about cleaning up the end better. I mean, I've purchased a cheap, what do they call it, hand plane from Amazon, but it's just that, really cheap. So that being said, it's not like cutting, and I think you got to hone it. Don't you have to hone the hand planes first before you actually start using them? So if you're just joining up, we just cut this piece of sample wood, oak. We don't know whether it's white oak or red oak. We're gonna go over and we're gonna tease. First of all, we're gonna tease Kendall about the fact that I'm right, that this is red oak, and he thinks it's white oak. I think it's like a weird dark color of red oak. And I'm going to show you in the camera. I'm going to show you in the camera's lens with the jeweler's loop. Show you exactly what to look for when it comes to trying to identify the difference between white oak and red oak. So, and I mean, for the most part, usually it's pretty simple because it's One of them is like a really dark brown color, usually, and the other one is usually like a reddish color as well. But sometimes it can get a little confusing, especially when it comes to Quercus alba or the classic white oak. And that'll usually look pretty pretty gnarly, well, identical. Just by looking at because classic white oak has a reddish tint to it, which I think that's what this is. I think this is classic white oak. Um, Now, just looking at the end here, it's looking pretty. Yeah, it looks like white oak. I mean, I could be wrong, but I have other samples. I have a bur oak, which is white oak, and then I also have some red oak here that I could compare it to find out what it is they're doing here. So without further ado, let me just take a peek at this. This is a 10x jeweler's loupe. I should have probably linked it in the description. I didn't even think about it. I should have probably linked it in. It's in my. We have them all over in our videos. Like you can go to any one of our videos, and these jeweler's loupes will be linked in there. But they're about 10, 15 bucks online. Oh yeah, the son of a gun was right. Yep, this looks pretty. Drum roll, please. Brr, can I get drum rolls in the chat? Can I get drum rolls in the chat? Brr, it's even burning like white oak too. Yeah. It's all kinds of plugged up. Here, I'll show you what I mean. We'll start off with a sample. Start off with a sample of what red oak looks like. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what red oak looks like. See how far away we can get here. There we go. See that, guys? That, my friends, you see how those pores are just like super wide open there? The pores are all kinds of wide open. Right, let me see. You see the medullary rays going from the top of the camera to the bottom. See if I can hold this still for you. Sorry. Yeah, you can see that one line going from where it says, I don't know, up top here. I don't know what you would see. From the top of the frame down to the bottom of the frame. That very distinct line that goes up. It goes like from up here down to there. That's a medullary ray. That's a ray fleck. Those are a bunch. There's a bunch of them. You can see a bunch of them going up and down like that. Those are all medullary rays, right? Those are all medullary rays. That's a dead giveaway that that's oak. This happens in white oak and red oak. Now this darker lines that go vertical, the darker ones, that's the late wood, and the ones that have pores is considered the early wood. The ones with pores are early wood that grows in the springtime, and the darker ones that don't have pores, that happens in the fall, like late summer, fall. So both the dark ring and the rings with pores consist of one yearly ring. Now you can see that there's a lot of these pores are wide open. Like there is so much open pores there. You see how they're all open and there's nothing blocking them. That's how we know that this is red oak. Now we'll go for one. We'll go for one we know is white oak. Technically, this is bur oak, and that's usually grows around here. Let me find one side that looks the best. Maybe this side looks the best. Now you see the difference between that? This is white oak. We still have those medullary rays. See that line goes from top to bottom? We still have those medullary rays, right? And we still have the ring that's blocked up, the darker ring, that's the late wood. But the lighter ring with the pores is the early wood. And you see how they're all plugged? They look like you can't even really see the holes. Those are tyloses that plug the holes and make it rot resistant. This also happens in a black locust, even more in black locust, which is why black locust is more rot resistant than white oak. But as we all know, if no water gets in there, then no rot can get in there. You see that? So that's how we know that that is white oak, because those pores, a light band. Of course, sorry, I'm moving around and trying to keep it still. Um, that's how we know that it's white oak. Now let's look at the sample piece that we just cut. And Kendall thinks is white oak. I think is red oak, and we're kind of in for a surprise here. Bada bing. What do you guys think it is? Type in the chat what do you guys think it is. Let me know in the chat. Hold on, let me get my chat up actually. All messages. Am I showing the chat here? All right. Am I even seeing the chat? Am I gonna type something? Anyways, if you type something, let me know. What do you think it is? You can't really see it very well. Sit still. Dang, that looks. Now I see it. It looks pretty open pore. I thought it would be white oak. Now I gotta look at it again. I thought it would be white oak, but yeah, they're pretty well blocked. Let's use the other one. I got another one here. Dang it. Ah. I got another one here. Let's just I got a different one. Maybe we could see better with this one. All right. And then towards the top is where the bark is. You really see those medullary rays there now, can't you? You can see a little bit better. And you can see that the pores are blocked. Even though they look open, a lot of them look kind of blocked. Boy, that is hard to tell. It almost looks like, that almost really does look like white oak, doesn't it? Or I mean red oak, doesn't it? If you're wondering what we're looking at, type in the chat. Oh, come on. There we go. A little more difficult to see. And then we got one that's even. Let's see if we could see. Okay. This one's supposed to be even more magnified. I don't know if it works very well. There we go. There we go. You can see all those pores are plugged. They're all plugged with Tylosi. So I'm thinking this is white oak. And I'll show you the board that we're looking at here too. I'll show you the board so you can kind of see with your own eyes what exactly we're looking at here. The board on the left here is ash. This is black ash. Pay no attention to this yet. But this board right here is the oak board. And it does look, it's got some, it kind of looks pinkish here, doesn't it? Right? It's white oak board, but that's not even the right board. It's not even the freaking right board. We got this board over here. Duh! Come on, Kyle. Here we go. This board right here. Let's bring it over to our table here, our sawhorses. Anyways. There we go. All right. Bear with me. I got to put my phone on focus, otherwise I'll get phone calls. There we go. As you can see here, I mean, we know this is red oak, right? Even though it does look kind of dark. It looks lighter, anyways, but it still kind of looks brown, don't it? And here is white oak, even though it kind of looks reddish, like this right here. Reminds me of red oak so bad. You know, just the way that grain looks. But Kendall says that this bark here, that's a classic white oak bark. So, of course, I think he was right and I was wrong. Yeah, I'm pretty good at being wrong. Well, I know my woods, though. I know how to identify a lot of them, right? But Kendall's been cutting as a sawyer for like 20 years. You know, he's got another 15 years on me. So he knows a little bit more, you know. And then here's what our white oak looks like, right? We know for sure this is all white oak. It's pretty dark brown. It's like one of the darkest woods. It's like a misnomer. You think, and double tap the screen, by the way, so you can give me some likes. That'd be great. Anyways, um yeah, everybody, the white oak looks, I mean, like this, you could tell has a kind of a greenish tint. That's how you know it's bur oak, because a lot of bur oak grows around here. And then we got elm here, really some dark elm, really beautiful. Red elm, actually. Here, I'll bring it over here. Bring you some woods and kind of show off. Excuse me. Show off exactly what we got here. Look at that bad boy. This is one of my favorite types of woods here. Bonus points if you can guess it before I tell you what it is. It's in the walnut family. In the walnut family. I'd be filming outside right now, but it is so bleeping hot out there. We're looking at probably 95 degrees. And I know some of you guys are in you guys are probably just laughing at me at 95 degrees, but here in Minnesota, 95 degrees with the humidity feels like 105 or 110 with the humidity. Anyways, we got different woods here, all of which we carry here at K&J Lumber. So if you're in the area, you know, if you're in Minnesota, central Minnesota, Wisconsin, or whatever, you know, come see us. We got all types of woods here, but we got the mystery wood, I think Kendall says is white oak. We got some red oak here that actually looks like white oak, kinda. And then we got some ash. Now, cool, interesting fact about this ash is, man, this is about to get extinct because of the emerald ash borer beetle. The emerald ash borer beetle is like really devastating the ash population in this area. And the cool part is, I'm about to do a video on the emerald ash borer beetle, kind of tell you guys a little bit about it, and you know, the past uh, tactics they've used to eliminate the ash beetle hasn't worked at all. However, I've been talking with people at the University of Minnesota, and it sounds like they have a new solution to the emerald ash borer beetle problem that might be working. They're testing it this summer, spring, summer, and they should get results back in the late fall, early summer to see if maybe this new solution will help eradicate the emerald ash borer beetle population and possibly save our beautiful ash trees here in Minnesota and all over the country. So yeah, that's ash. And then here we got red elm. As you remember, we were talking about that earlier. This red elm is so beautiful. Other than white oak, I think red elm here is one of the darkest woods, besides walnut. One of the darkest woods that we carry, and it's what up, Eric, Rick Shalene? What up, Rick? Anyways, yeah, it's one of the uh, one of the most beautiful woods that nobody ever really thinks about, and it also the emerald the Dutch elm disease almost wiped this bad boy out too years ago. It was quite close in the 1920s, 1950s. Bonus points if you can name this piece of wood, which is related to this piece of wood. This is, we all know, black walnut. And the camera doesn't do it justice. Actually, the camera makes this look lighter. It's actually really darker in color in real life. That's weird. But yeah, black walnut. Anybody, have you guys ever seen anything built or made anything out of black walnut? How cool that is. Again, if you're in Minnesota or near Minnesota, look us up, K&J Lumber. We got a whole warehouse here full of kiln dried, finished grade lumber for woodworking. Anyways, this piece right here that's bowed and cupped. Well, it's bowed. It's a bow, not a cup. Look at that. Look how bad that is. Woo. A discount piece right there. That's butternut. Butternut. And there's also a blight that's threatening to destroy this butternut too. Like a lot of these woods they got on the table here. And then there's oak wilt. A lot of these woods are getting threatened by disease or bugs. But there's another butternut is a species that's getting kind of endangered. It's got some sort of fungus that is attacking it, and it's almost wiped out most of the species. Like pretty soon, you're not going to have butternut wood anymore either, which is quite unfortunate. You know what I mean? So, moving around, we got more woods to look at. We got beautiful ash, more ash, tongue and groove paneling. They're and matched too, and they also have V groove on one side and a flat profile on the other. You can flip it around. You can do flat, or you can do, you know, what do they call it? A flat or a V groove. Looks pretty cool. I got a sample of it here. There we go. Samples of it. Here's that V groove. Let's see if I can get it from the side so I can kind of show it. Shows you. I guess you really can't see it. Maybe there you go. Now you can really see it. And this is our mixed hardwood paneling with some circle sawn samples up there too. I mean, let me know in the chat if you guys like that circle sawn look compared to the sanded look. This is a mixed paneling. We got red oak, we got maple, we got white oak, cherry, and ash. Everything on this line here, everything on this side is all an oil-based finish, just a boiled linseed oil and mineral spirits. And then this is a polyacrylic, which is a film forming finish that sits on top of the wood. So yeah, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty popular one. A lot of people like that mixed paneling look. Double tap the screen to like this. It helps us out. Let's go over here to let's go over here to the check out some cedar. Very few cedar left. And here's one of my favorites, hickory. We do have a bunch of this hickory too. Hickory dickory do. Hickory dickory do. I mean, hickory looks so cool. Like, look at that. If you like rustic wood, you like that rustic look, man, hickory's the way to go. The only downside is it's really hard. They used to make tool handles with this stuff, and then let me flip the camera to make sure it's actually showing. Anyways, people use this to make cabinets, doors, frames. But the thing is, though, is like with the humidity here in Minnesota, this stuff will the harder the wood, the more swelling and contracting that'll have, the more movement, because harder woods like hickory have more tension in the wood, and when moisture is reintroduced, everything swells. And like for example, you make a door out of hickory, and moisture gets in that door, it will literally expand to where it will seal itself shut on the hinges, or I mean on the sill, or it'll like literally explode off the hinges, just because it's so much, so much so much moisture and uh tension is the word I'm looking for. Tension, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go check out maple. I want to show you this maple. Well, actually, I want to show you this. Right here is pine. We got some white pine, kiln dried white pine, and all the woods in our shop here are planed and straight lined for your convenience. You guys got any questions? Be sure to type it in chat. I'd love to hear from you. And we got some maple here. Bada boom. Maple. Beautiful maple. And then some soft maple. Soft maple is the best because it does cool figures like this. You see that figured maple? That's all tiger maple. That is so cool. And it looks cooler, like, for example, if I get this water bottle, I could spray a little bit of water on it. It won't hurt it. Like, it won't, the water on the surface will evaporate. It won't actually get into the wood and make the wood not dry anymore. But it's cool to at least look at when you spray it down, because then you can see the pattern, and then you can see what it'll look like if you put an oil-based finish on it. There's a little bit of spalting there. That looks so cool, don't it? Double tap the screen for how cool that looks, brother. That's so cool. Man, that's so cool. And then you got some spalted maple here. These are actually fungal groups that get in the log. They fight for space in the log, and then, yeah, it does look great, don't it? They fight for space in the log, and then usually one fungal group will get in there. They'll take over the log, and they'll take over the log and rot the whole log out. But when there's two or more groups that are the same size, roughly the same size, they'll fight for space in the log or the wood or whatever, and it'll create these little lines, which are like the battlefront lines. Come on, camera, work with me here. The battlefront lines of the fungal groups. So that's fungus that does that in this, where they once had a battle. One more look at this bad boy. Look at that. That's so cool. Man, that is cool. That, my friends, is called quilted maple or tiger maple, figured maple. There's a bunch of different names for it. They call it. Some walnut here. Man, that's so cool. Walnut has so many cool colors to it. So many cool colors. Like you could see some purple. You could see some brown. There's even some notes of red, gray. And there's different types of walnut here in North America. Like this is black walnut. Like, look at the different color streaks there is. And so there's black walnut here in North America. We also have what's called American walnut, which is a lighter colored. No, is it English walnut? It's got to be English walnut, ain't it? It's got to be English walnut. Here, let me spray this bad boy down. And spray down the butternut too, because this is I'm spraying both these. I'm spraying down here are of course this is the black walnut, but this is called butternut, and this is in the same family as a walnut, A lot of people call this the poor man's walnut because you can get that walnut look without having to pay for walnut prices, as we all know, are ridiculously expensive sometimes. Walnut is pretty expensive. Like, for example, here, you be paying anywhere from, for a 1 inch board, you be paying anywhere from uh, $10 to $16 per board foot. Board foot is different than uh, board foot is different than a square foot. Board foot is 1 inch thick, 1 foot wide, and 1 foot long. But how do you calculate board footage? How do you know a board foot? Like, how do you know a board the board if the board's not 1 foot wide? How do you calculate the board footage on a piece that's 4 inches wide? Well, first of all, you do this. This is what you do. What up, Jason? It's good to see you over here on the Best app. Sorry. Anyways, so how do you calculate board footage? You take the thickness in inches times the width in inches times the length in inches. Take that full number, you divide it by 144. Take all those, multiplied up all those numbers, divided by 144, and the resulting number after that is how many board footage you have in that little piece of wood, or an entire stack of wood. Learn something new every day. Hit that like button if you just learned something new today, folks. Oh wow, I just lost 5 people from that. It's amazing. Let's go find Kendall, huh? He's got to be out here somewhere. I think he's messing with machinery. Holy moly, it's hot out here. Whoo! We got Clinton over there. I'm tired of TikTok. I don't blame you. It's kind of lame. Clinton over there. There's our axe throwing target. There's the axe throwing. Kendall. Kendall! Let's go mess with him. Where is he? I know that if I go in here, I'm going to lose reception. Because this is like a Faraday cage. Like, look, it's all steel. It's all steel. So if I go in there, I'm getting no reception. I lost half of you. David, hello from Milwaukee. What up? Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You ain't too far from us. We're here in central Minnesota. We're here in central Minnesota here. And it's hot here. Pretty hot here. It's actually cooling down a little bit. We got our local county fair here in Minnesota. There's the guy at. That's where he is. He's out there shuffling stuff around. Turn the camera around, please. Thank you. There it is. There's our case 321F. If you haven't liked the stream, please like it. Hit that like button. Or double tap the screen to like the stream. There's our man. That machine right there has got me and my forklift unstuck from the mud numerous times. What happens when I go in the grass there? I'm not allowed to. I shouldn't be going in the grass. I do it anyway sometimes, and I instantly regret it when I get stuck. Instantly. Where's he going? Yeah, he looks like he's moving a bunch of stuff around. Like, we just stickered these 4x4 white oak here, which inspired me to, you know, do a video about how to properly sticker stuff. And from the looks of that, we did not properly sticker that. So, all right. Well, I must be getting too far away from the Wi-Fi, so people are leaving because we're lagging probably. Brother dripping sweat on my project, and Shava had to call it quits. No, man. It's like, oh, it's like 74 in here. It feels like. So out there, it's like 10 degrees cooler in here, so it's much nicer in here. Woo-hoo. So hit that follow button or hit that subscribe button, folks. We're gonna go live. Try to go live every other week. I want to try to get back into doing a live 1 day a week on the opposite week that we publish a video. So next week we'll publish a video, and the week after that we'll do a live. So it's a video live, video live, video live, video then live, kind of a thing, just to you know have fun with people, show people how to identify woods. We'll do other woods like elm. We'll do ash next week maybe, or whatever. Maybe walnut. Show you how to identify walnut. How to tell the difference between walnut and mahogany, kind of a thing. Just give you something to think about. Well, but in the meantime, we we'll encourage you to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss a single one of our live streams every time we go live, or one of our videos whenever we publish it. We're starting to get more popular, so it's only a matter of time before we reach 20, 50 to 100,000 subscribers in no time, and knowing that you guys were here early, you guys were here first. So I'll always respect you guys that got here first, and then in the journey that we've had, so far. Some of you've been here since 1,000 subscribers, so it's very much appreciated. I love you guys, and make sure you know that Jesus is your Lord and Savior. Praise God. See you next.